Okay, this hits close to home for you, Marcus Allen. You're from Texas.
I've lived in California most of my life,
Right.
but I was born and raised my first few years in
Okay,
Texas.
so you know people who've been affected by this, your own brother.
My own brother. And I wanted to call him into the mix early on, but he really was nervous. He didn't have time to deal with me or television or take my call, frankly.
Aw, poor Mark.
But yeah, he was
brother, right?
on the edge, just watching the water get closer and closer to his home. And in fact, it got 1 block away, street flooding, a block below that, house flooding. So that's how close it got. And I do think his water supply might be affected. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, shall we get him on the phone now?
Want me to call him?
Yeah, let's
Keep in mind, this will be the second time. Today is the first day he's ever done Skype.
And he's good on cam. I say that because he
How
can
is he
fill
your
time.
brother and he's never done Skype?
Yeah, how is that possible? People want to know.
I have another
gadget
brother that
known
I've exploited
to man.
completely. Tom was off the hook.
People are so curious what Tom looks like.
Hey, brother Tom, try to watch your potty mouth for once. You're on live TV.
Very good. I'll clean it up.
Just be you. I'm kidding. First of all, how are you right now?
We're doing fine. We dodged the bullet. The floodwaters got within about 1.5 blocks of our house, but the back of the neighborhood really got hit. Lakewood Crossing, we're in Lakewood Forest in northwest Houston, and Lakewood Crossing got hit really hard. They had been running Coast Guard air operations over there, and Harris County flood control has been over there with their boats. They don't have enough capacity. So there was a call put out, and then all of a sudden all these guys showed up with their motorboats, John boats, kayaks. I even saw a deep V boat that would you see on a lake or out in the ocean with 200 horsepower motors on it. So everybody's just pitching in and contributing to rescue people.
So we were talking about the aftermath, that, now that the waters are going down, there will still be effects of this to be seen and felt in Houston for a long time. What are you looking at right now? Are you worried about your water supply? Anything else?
Well, so far the water supply, there's been no notice of the need to boil water or any of that, although I think it's a good precaution just to be safe. We bottled a lot of water, bought a lot of bottled water and put it in the fridge, and then got all our extra jugs and put it in the fridge also. So we've got lots of water. If we run out, we'll just boil some more.
That's so scary to think about you being in that situation when you put things into perspective and realize there are people that one person removed who are dealing with this. Do you have a plan of action? Like, I'm curious to know what you are personally doing in the case that this water doesn't subside.
Well, the water's starting to go down now, not as fast as everyone would like.
Right.
But we, it just goes back to how you brought up. I mean, my father instilled in me, and the Boy Scouts, always be prepared. So we always have a bit of reserve of food and water in the refrigerator and storage and that sort of thing. But it's, I got to tell you, the city of Houston and the county and the politicians have all been working together. It's amazing.
Good.
To me, and it's a great testimonial to the city of Houston as far as how to work together and get things done. I'll mention this. We nicknamed this Hurricane Harvey MOAF, Mother of All Floods.
MOAF.
I've lived in Houston since 1972, been through several hurricanes and several tropical depressions. The biggest one, noted one, is Allison that happened in 2000, I believe it was. And Allison dumped a lot of rain and we flooded. But this one, and it was more centralized in downtown where it dropped all the water. This one, Hurricane Harvey, distributed and flooded a lot of Houston over 1,770 miles. Houston is total square miles about 1,770, including the county. By comparison, New York City had Hurricane Sally about 5 or 6 years ago, and they're about 500 square miles.
Wow.
And New Orleans, when it got hit by Katrina, they're about 360 or 70 square miles. So the rescue operations, they've just done a fantastic job, all those things considered. So.
Yeah, we were getting a report. USA Today had just dropped this number that it is on track, it as in Harvey and all of its devastation, on track to be the costliest natural disaster our country has ever witnessed and ever had to endure. When you look at the conditions around you, does that seem to be pretty accurate?
Yes, again, over in the back of our subdivision is Lakewood Crossing. And again, they've been running Coast Guard and private helicopters in there to take people out. There's a video, and I'll send it to you all later. Cypress Wood, which is a northwest Houston. It's 4 streets, 4 lanes with a boulevard, and the video was of several guys in a fishing boat going down Cypress Wood, going past big churches, going past Kroger shopping centers, and they're running 25, 30 miles an hour because the water is up to the bottom of the stop signs, which are about 8, 9 feet deep. So they had enough confidence to run that speed because they knew the water was deep enough, and they were going to a nursing home to recover some people. So
we saw that picture circulating. Speaking of nursing homes, right, Cornelia? And you want to go ahead and explain what that picture is?
Yeah, it was the picture of the women at the nursing home waiting, sitting in their chairs in massive pools of water, waiting to be rescued. One was even knitting.
Yeah, you don't know their condition.
You don't know their condition. So it's just devastating to see. And then, unfortunately, I like to point out, we're only in August. Hurricane season lasts until around November.
Right.
So with this happening, with this said, we may be in for a long ride.
What's that, Tom?
Oh, I was just thinking. Here's what happened: is we knew on Tuesday there was possibility of this storm coming. We didn't know where it was going exactly. You know, either Houston or Corpus Christi and down in that area. And then Wednesday we started getting a little rain, so everybody knew. And then we started getting a little rain. We got some heavier rains on Friday night, but the weather forecasters, which have been fantastic, including all the local stations and the Weather Channel, they said it's coming. It's coming. This is like the eye of the storm. The bad side is coming. And then Saturday night, it just rained like crazy. We got 15 inches of rain overnight. The bayou, the creek, Cypress Creek, was 100. The average elevation is 106 feet above sea level. It went up to 128 feet overnight. We had, by the end of Saturday and by the end of Sunday, we'd had almost 30 inches of rain in our neighborhood, according to the flood gauge in the Cypress Creek.
So for you, when
it rained so fast, the waters came up so fast, there's no way you can prepare for that. I mean, you go to sleep and you step out of your bed in the morning, and there's a foot of water or more in your house.
So when the governor was saying one thing, you guys, yes, should evacuate, and the mayor saying, no, you shouldn't evacuate, what was the message that you got, whether you should or shouldn't evacuate? And do you think this could have been prevented, this as in all of the people who stayed and then now are dealing with these issues?
Well, I don't think there's you got to understand, the city of Houston is so large. Again, 1,770 square miles. And, you know, they're operating on reports that are a little, well, I guess they're up to date. But they've since reconciled those things, and they talk on a daily basis, probably every couple of hours. And they've been working very good together. So the message is that all people have work together to accomplish the same goal, and that's to take care and rescue the citizens. So that's my take on it.
That's your take on it.
I'll mention this. There was Saturday night, there were approximately 75 to 80 weather alerts that come on your phone. You know how you get that sound that wakes you up a block away?
Terrifying. Yeah.
So 75 to 80, and it was a combination of flash flood warning and tornado warnings.
Oh,
imminent was the message.
The word.
Sure.
And we just got to the point where we just turned the cell phones off and thought, whatever happens, happens. There's nothing we can do to prevent
We'll just sit here and endure.
Right. Hey, Tom, thanks for letting me somewhat exploit you for bringing you on the show. I really appreciate you helping us talk about this and get a closer understanding. I know your feelings would be hurt, and you would be remiss if you didn't display fully the shirt that you're wearing right now. So
He still has good spirits.
before we let you go, if you would,
Okay.
stand up or tilt down.
Prediction: Houston Astros World Series.
Oh.
With the Dodgers. We have a secret weapon by the name of Jose Altuve, and it'll go 7 games. Last game played in Houston. We're down 3 runs. Jose Altuve comes up. 3 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. Jose is a great player.
Way to get specific. Now
This
stand
sounds
up
like
or
he has
tilt the
the
camera down
almanac
so we
from
can
Back
see
to
your
the Future.
shirt.
He has the
There we go,
almanac.
ladies and
Yes, he
gentlemen.
does.
My
He
brother
has the
Tom. Hey, thank you, Tom. See you at the
Thank you, Tom.
reunion.
And good luck with
Thank you,
everything.
Steven.
Stay safe, Tom. Thank you
All right, great
again.
to visit with y'all.
All right,
Okay,
good to
bye.
talk to you, brother. Thanks
I will
again.
say,
We gotta give you your own show. We gotta give him his own show. Extra Tom.
extra Tom.
Extra Tom. Tom is in good spirits, though, and it's good to
That's
hear from people who are there,
Exactly.
Right.
especially to get that perspective, because some people watching TV, you may think the entire city is flooded. No, there are pockets. So you're actually watching people in front of you and people behind you being washed out completely. So, you know, it was a good perspective. I like Tom. He's cool, man.
I like Tom. I can see why you're always in such great spirits, Marcus Allen. You guys come from this family. He talked about your dad. I mean, you guys clearly come from this family
Oh,
where
Papa Fred, strong guy. He would have been out there in his boat. I guarantee
Would
it.
he?
Yeah. And by the way, the reason I don't have Fred on the show, I've never called on him because I don't want you guys to, as soon as we're off the air, you're going to go, wow, your brother's so intelligent and sensible. What happened to you? That's why I don't have him on the show.
we're going to judge you because of Tom.
That's
We like
right.
Tom. We can't wait to have Tom back. Maybe when Mark's not here, Tom can be
We
in
can
his
just have
place.
Tom.
See that?
We're on days when I'm
Competition.
tired, just tape the phone to my head, and I just stand here and let Tom do the talking.
All right.